got right here. I'm not Sinatra, but hell, I might be if you pay me enough. I do have Alexander Richardson and Henry Greer.
And I'm not Adam Sandler, but I am if you pay me enough. Is that how the expression works?
That's pretty much how it goes down. Yeah, around here, anything goes, Alex. And we'll get into the next series here. Another best of three of you, ladies and gentlemen. This time, FaZe Clan take on North. And it's going to be the pick of North to kick things off. A CT star for FaZe as Guardian and his iconic P2000 look towards second middle here. He's going to have lots of battles towards that bridge position. No real damage inflicted just yet, but a very slow approach from North here. They'll hold towards the mouth of Banana, and they'll make their way through the T apartments.
Guardian, he was unwilling to break on that fight. Normally it's a one and done, peak, die or win. He decided to just keep going for that information. It enables him to have a good understanding of where those Ts that were on T-Bridge went. At the moment, though, a gathering service in Banana.
They have the two smokes, Alex, so one for Coffins, one for Spawn. HE, potentially the same one we saw yesterday. Remember, towards Coffins, that could be coming through. And we'll see if that's the case. They are lining up their smokes now. I'm interested to see where the HE will go. Gade's got it. And he hasn't deployed it just yet. Smokes are delivered now. They have to commit towards B. Flashes will go over. Rain and Nico to defend.
And that's enough. You see two smokes land on B. That's enough for you to start touching W. Rain, when he's touching Cloth, just taken out. Now Yugi and AZ. Guardian, though, just walks into the site. My goodness, we talked about the P2K. He gets a P3K. And now he's going to be forced to try and fight further. In pull, in limbo, awkward. AZ shuts him down with 3 of his own. And now Olofmeister on the retake for a 1v2.
That's insane. Guardian gives him a fighting chance here at least. No bomb planted just yet. It's actually by the fountain right now. Olofmeister has got a smoke and a kit. If he smokes Banana right now, that could be enough just to segregate the two of them. That's going to be the ideal call for me. Let's see how he wants to use it. He's waiting for anyone to blink, get a bit of information here. Not using the smoke just yet. Really wants to throw that towards Banana. He's not going to check it at all. Maybe you're going to save the smoke for the full defuse here. He has got the kit, sneaks through, and that's why I wanted to see that smoke towards Banana, just so he didn't have to worry about that side. Obviously, didn't have the intel the player was there, but it would just give him some peace of mind to focus on the bomb side itself. So, bit of a shame he couldn't pull it off, and Guardian would be gutted. He couldn't find much. Wow. Well, I'd say much more. He got 3 kills. But it's always been the B bomb side for FaZe. Throughout the last year or so, I find it's the weakest for them on the B side of Inferno. No kills for Rain and Nico. 2 of your strongest fraggers there against a decent execution, right? At the smoke source Coffins and CD Spawn, but nothing too spectacular. They weren't flushed out by Molotovs. They just couldn't land a single shot. So very well done from North. A forced buy and return here from FaZe.
Look how quick this is. Stagnates up Banana. You throw a Molotov towards sandbags and you stop. Bang. Safe. Anti-eco Banana control.
All 5 players towards B suggest they will be committing to this. If you don't have any mid control, you don't know what's coming behind you, you need to commit in the next 10 seconds or so. You cannot sit here resting on your laurels. You'll see them exactly that. They will have to throw their smokes at this point. Only Nico there. This is pretty much a locked-in round unless Nico somehow gets 2 or 3 kills.
Rotate has arrived in time.
Might save the day there. He has bought a lot of time. You are right.
And now it's going to be a bit of a brawl. SMG should thrive, though. The boost is good. AZ's ready for it. Second round AK, that's what happens when you have 4 kills in the pistol round. You can go big and, well, send FaZe home. Certainly here in the second round, as they are going exactly that way. Back towards the A site. Not interested in a retake with limited resources. Keep that Kevlar on your body.
Remember North taking out Liquid yesterday. What a fantastic result for them. And we did see FaZe make one of their debuts on Vertigo on LAN as well. That was quite exciting to see them. It was looking like a very convincing game. Atalu came back and gave them a bit of a run for their money. I think it was 16-12 in the end. Maybe a little bit closer, in fact. But was it 16-12?
Yeah, nailed it.
There we go. I was speaking to Rain yesterday. I was like, what a statement it would have been if you just won that first map Vertigo, the opening game of the tournament, and you got the 16-6 like it was looking like it was going to be. No one would touch you on that map ever again. I felt like they maybe opened that vulnerability up a bit more with the scoreline. But it was still a really cool game. And North getting the 2-0 there.
Imagine that. Not only would it be in a statement, 16-6, don't play us on Vertigo. It's 16-6 and we're using Augs now.
Yeah.
Nico had 30 frags.
Right.
He was using them for the very first time. The stats were great. I think he's something like 20 times his Aug total.
It was really cool.
Really, really fun to see. And of course, CSGO saw it too. That's a funny story. I'm sure the desk have already covered it. But either way, just the Deagles then, whatever was preserved from FaZe, they would feel like they have a better shot now as opposed to the retake. And let's see what they've got in store.
Well, they do have those 3 saved bits of Kevlar. 4 players towards B at the start. Neo just showing presence in middle. Got to drop the smoke, try and funnel them towards B. little bit of damage inflicted there. I say little, and there's a lot. Nico will actually take a lot. It's actually Neo goes down to 50. Rain will follow suit with the HG usage towards the banana area. We are now going to see Olofmeister alone towards B. They've rotated their manpower towards the other side of the map. They are getting pulled apart all over the place here, Alex.
This is all on Olofmeister now. He's only got the CZ, and they are going to be just picking him apart. They've got so much time. They don't have to rush this. They don't have to get close to you until they are ready to do so. Kirby, long range with the MP5, catches Nico, and the rest will just start to fall into place for North. So they've got the pistol, and they convert into 3. I mean, I'm saying that just assuming that Olofmeister
I think it's safe.
Doesn't do too much more with just his flashbang and CZ. But you know what happens when you assume?
Yeah.
Makes an ass out of you.
You get it wrong. Oh, yeah.
That's that's how it works. But yeah, so 3-0 for North on the T side of Inferno, no less. I want to refresh everyone's memory on that map Veto as well, because it did fly by. But we do have what I would consider a lot of default maps here. We're going to have Inferno, Mirage, and Dust 2.
Yeah, classic map pool. Interesting to see Inferno to be played first. It's normally the third and closing map of most best of threes, but North have been focused on this map heavily recently. This is their pick. They've got the great start, as you pointed out. 3-0 conversion on the T side, no less. That is a fantastic place to be. And FaZe Clan, they force spawn the second round. Sure, that's not ideal. Gives up that 3-0. It does mean your first gun round, you have all the bells and whistles. There's no compromises. If you take the full eco in the second and by the third, you can get 5 rifles, but you won't have diffuse kits. You won't have incendiaries. This way around is more classic. You have the orbs out. You should have all your utility. You can see Neo has a kit. So it's still absolutely fine, but it does give up an extra round, I suppose. But it should be a stronger stance when you get into that first gun round. Guardian hits the first shot. Getting the toes of Yugi there, down to 16 HP. And Nico, of course, battling for control with that aforementioned org in hand for the first time ever at a tournament he's using it.
Yeah, the very first time. Guardian, he's getting close quarter fights, but he's falling back. He's been given the freedom of movement. Does get forced off by the flashbang now. Neo can't support. He's smoked off. Utility usage on point from North. And Valda through the smoke connects. Yeah. Now they're locked out. It's all on Olof, and he's low.
Yeah, Olofmeister is an absolute master of the pit position, but it was Neo just selflessly trying to help out his teammate there towards Arch. He sprays through the smoke, the tracers give him away, and it's advantage towards North, but the HP is very low. Olofmeister, same story, good for 1, but that should be the round out of reach for Rain. 3-on-1, he has 1 flashbang, no bomb planted yet. If he can stop that in transition, he's got enough to work with, but not going to happen. 4-0 to North. That's a really, really strong round from them.
So you know how previously you talked about that contact play on B on Dust 2?
Yes.
Previous series, LGM IBR, you were saying that that's not something from the strat book. So correct me if I'm wrong, that's a page from the strat book there. That was a take on towards A. They had utility locking Guardian, forcing him out.
Absolutely, yeah. It's when you get the smokes down towards the arch, the library, and you're focusing towards that arch position, you're trying to trade out frags. We know his tendencies, right? We know he's going to be going for that quick frag. He got that, but then they shut him down. They smoked him out. He had no chance getting the second frag. Obviously, it's not by design. You're going to kill a player through the smoke, but Neo trying to protect his teammate. He was spraying through, trying to catch him towards trash while they're checking that position, but you will see those bullets fly through the smoke with the Org. That's why the Silence M4 has some benefits on Inferno. It's the most common map for it. Yeah, that cost him his life and maybe the round. So there we go. It is going to be another partial buy here from FaZe. They actually get maximum loss bonus here. And we'll have Deagles, P250s, and 5 players. But at the bottom of B, it's going to cost them a kill here, maybe a bit more. The flashbangs are coming in, and Nico, he is dastardly with that Desert Eagle. He'll be good for 2, and he's given them the advantage as well. 3 versus 2, but no rifles recovered. Neo alone towards B. He's called for backup, and North continue their assault towards this side of the map.
Neo, if he just gets anything here, well, he won't. AZ, make sure of that. So 2v2, and AZ's already on for the ace. So much damage done. Double nade, Nico Deagle.
Problem is now, they're being so aware. There's a possibility of another player here. They're going to check new boxes. So, nice try from Guardian, but he does hit the shot. I'm surprised at that. There's actually a decent chance now. I thought they were going to have him no problem at all. And now the bomb down, 35 seconds. We've got Olofmeister coming in from Banana. It's the 1 versus 1. Kiabi, they sit on the desk. He's been playing well this tournament. Can he get them the 5-0 here? He has a slight advantage. Olofmeister, no helmet at all. It'll be a one-shot kill with that orc. Can he find it? Absolutely not. Olofmeister stepping up. A much-needed round there for FaZe. Things were getting out of control for them there, Alex.
Kirby, I mean, that did look like he had him in his sights. Of course, Olofmeister so quick on the trigger. I mean, he lined it up. He knew the fight was about to happen. It was who could click first. That's Yugi going down. And watch Nico as well, storming forward. He takes AKs out of the equation with 2 clicks. one, and here comes the second onto Gade. AZ, of course, he made a huge dent and kept them afloat in that round.
Can't believe Guardian got that frag. Like, fair play to him. That was such a compromised position. He snuck through. They were aware of the possibility of another play on the site. He even gets it and wins the round the 1 versus 1 of Olof Meister delivering. 4-1. Will it be the start of something great? Faze do need to start posting some big numbers now. Can't afford to give this one up. Guardian with the AWP, focusing towards the quad side. Usually we'll play Arch, but can play almost any position on this map with the CT AWP.
Yeah, flexible, that's for sure. Both in-game and real life. I just want to do some gymnastics on the way to the airport today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What kind of gymnastics?
We were kind of just touching our toes and doing ballerina poses.
Wonderful.
Nice connection. Gade gone, as is Kiabi and North. 4 rounds consecutively. Now it looks like they could concede 2 back-to-back. Yugi and Valda control their fate, and my goodness, Valda, he is punished for showing just a centimeter in apartments.
Wow, very clean rounded from Faze so far. At this point, all North can hope to do is cause some financial ruin. If Yugi and his AWP find a couple of picks and they can save a weapon, that would be great. 45 seconds on the clock. You can see Valda falling right back with the bomb there. He's got 11 HP. He knows he's nothing to do with this round anymore, so he'll just tuck himself back in towards T-Spawn by the looks of things. Off he goes. And Yugi, same thing. Like, at this point, just going for a couple of kills and you're isolated by yourself, that isn't the best call. So nothing that was there towards middle. Save the AWP. He wouldn't really be able to afford the AWP next round, so it's definitely the right option to save the weapon now, and his teammates should be okay for cash. Kiabi currently set on 4,700. Pretty much same story for AZ, and there we go. They're going to have not too much cash coming in next round. It'll be 1,900, but enough with the 2 saved weapons for a full buy here. So no real issue. Good call to save. Very clean round from Faze. They're going to start building up a nice reservoir of cash now. Guardian with a frag, Rain and Olof Meister as well. Olof with the AK-47 is a scary prospect. I know it sounds like a bold statement, but for me, he's one of the best pit players on Inferno right now. Seems to really understand that role, and it's really strong anchors. The B-bomb side, it's a little bit weak historically for Faze, and that's what we need to kind of focus on and see if North want to try and exploit that.
I mean, a lot of the success North have had so far was on that B-bomb site. Very close to closing out a 5th as well.
Well, the counter to that is you need to move Guardian over there as much as you can. He needs to show a lot of aggressive presence there, so it kind of pushes them off and they don't feel like they can have it for free. That's what they need to do. They need to change things up. Neo will be helping them out towards B at the very start of the round. He'll expend some of his utility, but Nico goes down in the flames. A double Molotov coming through. Flames all over the place there, so he'll go down early. He does like to be very aggressive on this side of the map, because then that is such a huge risk, right? If it's the Orb of Guardian, I don't mind it, but it's the Orb of Nico standing in flames. There's no trade potential there. It's a really all-in sort of commitment, and it's one that's cost them a player there. And now how do they set up? So they're going to leave Guardian alone at the barrels. That should have been the play originally. They should have just waited for the initial exchange, get Guardian position in a 5-on-5. Then you got 4 players towards A. The gamble of Nico getting 1 kill and sneaking away, sure, that could happen, but you want to play about 2 or 3 numbers there, right? Just to kind of get at least a trade off it.
No, and you can see exactly how much that's gonna cost Faze now as they start to gather, and of course numbers get a little bit difficult. Guardian, he wants to back them up. It does look like an A, but he has that paranoia. It could be something else. This could all be smoke and mirrors, especially when you have a roster like North who have been so well versed. Homework done. Grind on for North recently.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great couple of years for them. Like the organization so prestigious and so much backing behind it. So many players in and out. Kiabi will be removed for now, as there will be Gade. UMP in response. That's Neo being dropped. They maintain the advantage here. And remember, Olof Meister, one of the masters of the pit position, this time can't deliver. And it's up to Rain now. Will he be able to find multiple frags? Needs at least 2 to keep them in round contention. Not going to happen. And Guardian on the other side of the map will have to stay alive. Very decent round there from North, just capitalizing upon that advantage they were almost given at the start of the round there. Very default approach, taking the banana control, double Molotovs at the top. Nico, unfortunately, fights a little bit too much there. He goes down early, and there's just no way to trade him. It was impossible to trade him. That's the only reason I have a problem with that. I don't mind aggressive pushes towards B. You just need Guardian maybe behind you at the barrels so you can get something going with it. There just seemed to be no retreat plan.
And that advantage was, you know, copy and pasted throughout all of the rest of the round. Every frag that was traded, there was a 1-man advantage right up until the end of this one. Guardian saving, of course. North will find the 5th, and losing that player does make things a little bit more difficult.
One thing I've noticed about their gameplay, and Chad touched upon on the desk as well, is the pack mentality North seem to have. It's a really old school way to play Counter-Strike, but when you have some great fraggers in the squad and you're trying to get the most out of your riflers, instead of letting them think for themselves in the defaults and like maybe try and probe a pick and get picked off by players, why not have that potential of having 5 or 4 crazy riflers in a pack going around, trading kills with basic smokes going down? That's enough. There's a lot of talent in this North squad that just hasn't quite been realized yet. Valde is the in-game leader. Seems like they've gone for a more simple gameplay now instead of MSL's very slow, methodical execution.
Procedural, even.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good word for it. And I'm liking what they're putting down right now. It seems to be a strong game plan, and it's kind of really suiting the needs and the strengths of North in general.
So something that we've talked about a lot, you know, as desks of, oh wow, he was so deep betwing the two of them.
Yeah, he was really done either way.
Yeah.
But it still stands like it's a real solo commitment, and just great utility usage from North. They punish the fact they know he's aggressive.
Yeah, and there goes a Molotov, just like the round prior. This time, no Faze feet to receive it. Guardian is going to be given a little bit of a boost up, but chooses otherwise.
Yeah, the smoke has to land in a very particular way for that boost to work out. I don't think he quite got it. But you can go right up to the boiler as well and look over. Renegades really started doing that. Even when Chad was playing, I think they started that boost towards the bottom of the middle. Can be very powerful, but it is a pre-fire these days. You need to be careful if you don't get the quick kill. But round 8. We are going to see it slow right down. Still funds there for Faze with the Guardian AWP safe in the previous round. And we're really getting into it now. Remember, this is the pick of North on the T side. They've had a great start.
Oh, and this is it, this re-aggression from the CTs. Rain, he did pay a heavy price. He can't go back.
It's the same old... This is what I don't like about their B side of Inferno. It always seems that there's a player going down with nothing in return. They've got... I feel the problem they have is they've got their 2 of their stars over there, like hungry for frags. If you get someone like Neo, they're just kind of keeping them on the leash and just saying, well, we need to crossfire the bomb sites. Let's let them come to us.
Sure.
That's what I prefer. Like, it's such a strong bomb site. You can get an AWP at the back, someone baiting him in, playing off each other. They don't play off each other on this B side, and sometimes it's really hard to watch. And why they go down alone so often, it's really difficult to explain.
Not to say that re-aggressing on Banana is
not.
certainly a choice you can make as a CT, as a unit, as a squad. So, disadvantage once again for FaZe Clan with 20 seconds, though. That disadvantage could shift. Not if Nico goes down like that, though. The bomb's not there. It's going A. This is a bit of a weird one. Valde's got the bomb. 14 seconds. They're coming into the jaws of Neo and Olof. 10 seconds. Where are you, North? They stood still. He catches him. That should be it. That should be the round for FaZe Clan. 4 seconds, you just have to survive, and bye-bye North. What a strange turn of events.
They've played themselves there, North, unfortunately. I don't think they realized how much success they were going to get towards the B side of the map. That was actually, I assume, a safe call from FaZe, one of those gambles where you're just like, well, we've lost our 2 anchors towards B, we'll hold up at A. And North, whatever call they've heard, whatever information they've got, I didn't catch they had a lurk towards the A side of the map. I assume they had a player at the end of the apartment saying, it's clear the rotations must be coming through. Right. But actually, FaZe were just getting ready to save the weapons again, and somehow, some way, holding up in a safe position. North of gifted them the round. That's a gutting one to give up. Wow. That was theirs. It was on a silver platter.
That's going to be an interesting one. Let's see if it haunts the Danes. Oh, and
what?
My
K47.
Gade?
Hello. I like that.
I would love to see that from his POV. I don't think Guardian even saw him. Right eye peek.
Opening picks all over the place.
They keep coming. 3 members of FaZe Clan forced to watch Rain and Neo.
So if I'm Yanko now, I'm taking the time out, boys, and say, like, have we noticed a pattern there? We have lost the opening pick 3 times in a row now. Like, that really might have to stop at this point.
Like, you're capable of winning fights, but those fights haven't been fair. You've been losing those fights because they're unfair.
Let's at least try and get to the mid-round without a disadvantage. I think a timeout will be coming soon. Yanko, that's all he can really say to them. Is like, I'm sure I don't have to explain much here, boys, but you are all dying of no trades at the start of each and every round. So let's maybe reel it in slightly.
And someone who really doesn't have to reel it in is AZ. Taking a look at that scoreboard as we do wrap this one up. He's on 15 frags.
That's nuts.
He has the same amount of frags as everyone else on his team.
That's so sick.
Combined.
It's great to see. He is a fantastically skilled player, and we expect so much of him. That's why he gets so much criticism these days, because we know how talented he can be. We just haven't seen it. Like this year we have. 2019's been good for him. It's just 2018, 2017. Really quiet years for him, and there doesn't look like there's much chance. If Neo gets a double kill for the smoke, maybe they go for it then. That was about all they had to go for. So yeah, another great shots. Like not really much you can do about a fantastic shot from T steps like that. It's audacious to even challenge it. But the thing is, if you get there with the best T spawn, right, the way that I assume this,
He went up. I think he was in the.
Was he actually on the steps?
No. I think Yugi was on the steps.
Sure. Okay. So the way you line that up, if you're a T player, right, so you pre-aim it, you get the position, you get the shot lined up, then you crouch, then you wait, and then we know when you stand up, you don't move your crosshair, you just stand up, shoot. That's all you have to do, right? And then you know you've got the pre-fire. If someone is there, you're going to take them down. So you line it up, you've beaten their spawn, crouch, wait for your AWP to either battle or give you the call, stand up, fire, you don't have to aim. I assume that's how he got it, but I'd love to see it from his POV if possible, because that was a really stunning shot to kick the round off.
I mean, when an AWP is holding mid, never mind, who's holding that AWP, it's a threat. It's a very real threat. The fact that he's so willing to take that fight so brazenly, and that's a fantastic statistic to paint the picture. Henry G is not talking out of his bottom. It is indeed 1 to 5 in opening duels on that B side.
For once, he's onto something.
Yeah, first time for everything. But still, 3 to 6, and here we go. Oh, so he popped up.
Wow. So that was just a legit nice shot. I thought he had it all lined up from T steps. The way I suggested, the only way I could even fathom that he got the kill. But he comes from underpass and gets it. That's really wild.
I wonder if Yugi had shown, because we saw from our perspective when we switched to Guardian's POV, he was crouched, right? But he was staring right at him. Chances are Yugi's done enough to draw Guardian's attention. Gade, he gets the call, or he's just got that intuition to check mid, does so effectively. And it doesn't look like the timeout's going to be called by Faze Clan. You asked for it, you receive it. Yeah. And so what's the words Yanko's exchanging? Just
calm it down, boys. They're pound for pound, they've got better fraggers on this Faze squad, right? But they're just giving the jewels away against the pack mentality, right? They're facing in solo interactions against 2 or 3 players every single time. Sure, you might take one down, but the chances are you're going to be traded out. They need to reel it in and make North work for these initial kills. That's what I'd be saying to them. It's not too complicated.
We spoke about AZ, we spoke about Nico, and he's bringing some of that aggression once again to Banana. He's flashed, he's AWPing, and it's a 1-for-1. Let's see if there's anything to back that up. There is 3 on the B site, so 2 remain, Neo and Rain. Ooh, that sounded nice. Rain, perhaps not much longer. It's a FAMAS. He doesn't connect a single bullet. Kjerby can get a fresh mag and continue his adventure towards B.
We haven't even got to 1 minute 20 yet, Alex. That again. I like the adjustment. Like Nico going for that initial pick, that obviously makes a lot more sense to the AWP, but it's the same result. North are just devouring these opportunities. They're too good at Banana right now. Danish teams and the Banana area, it's where they do their best work. You've got to be careful about it. Olofmeister can save the day here, but this awareness from Gade. That's guts.
Welcome to Counter-Strike.
It might not cost him his life here, but we'll see. That was awkward.
He's still watching it, and Olof does tickle Yugi from behind with the FAMAS. Fun fact for you, the AUG change puts the AUG's accuracy unscoped right on par with the FAMAS. That's in terms of effective range.
That's it. I can't wait to see how that pans out in the future. It's just to change things up.
Yeah.
Meta change is always fun. Guardian can still win this round, but maybe not so much anymore. It's North, again, opening kills found for them early on. Nico did get 1, but he couldn't quite get out of the flames once again, and they're just not letting them come towards that B side. That stat, like you read out before, 1 in 5 in opening duels, that really says it all for me. That just kind of personifies everything we've been talking about so far. They're 7-3 down, and they haven't really let it come into an execution yet from North. They haven't had to work for the frags. It's not too late to get out of this, but for now they are eco. PG-50, CZs, no armor, 1 smoke, and they need to pull their socks up here.
I really want to set the scene as well. As Faze go into what is likely to be a rather quick round taken away from them. Of course, don't see any Desert Eagles, otherwise my excitement levels would rise just a little bit. Nades already landing on Nico, and he's going to be eliminated by Valda. But let's not forget the next map. It is Dust 2. North, I think they have a crazy win percentage on Dust 2. 91% success rate on Dust 2. That's map 2. Faze, if you want to win this series, I'm not saying Dust 2's lost by no stretch of the imagination. Faze, Dust 2, fantastic combination, but stats don't lie. And I'm starting to feel you, boy. That's a Shakira reference, in case you were wondering, Henry. That's not your type of music.
I don't. Sometimes, like when Matt drops some references like that, I just stay quiet and hopefully I don't get probed about it. And just like, yeah, man.
Shakira?
Yeah, I know who she is.
I mean, you were probably going through puberty when she was big. You must have been aware of her.
Well, I was certainly aware. Maybe not so much for the tunes. I could tell
you didn't have your iPod Shakira loaded in.
The iPod, man. What a time that was. Damn. Yeah, you really just hit me with the nostalgic feels there.
opening up my iTunes and organizing, like downloading album art so that I could have all the nice albums on my iPod. Anyway, Olof, he's actually nearly got 2 with the P250, but that's another one for AZ.
What was your favorite iPod you had?
I had the iPod Classic White, original, first little clicky circle.
First gen?
I think first gen didn't have the clicky circle. I had the clicky circle.
All right. I don't think I've had one. I always had the budget MP3 players.
Were you a Zune guy?
Yeah, I always got given those ones. I always wanted the iPod. I was given like the USB stick ones, and it's like it had like. I remember what I had. I legit had one at school. I had 8 megabytes of space on it, and my dad gave it to me. There you go, the MP3 player you asked for. It held a grand total of 3 songs. Yeah. Really listened to those 3 songs. They were great. I had a really nice time. I was getting down on school trips every single time. Either way, round 12, and we are going to see North have this fantastic lead, 8-3, and the duels at the start of the round really haven't worked out for Faze. This time, a lot more control. You can see top left of the mini-map right now. They're actually on the bomb side this time. I feel like they realize they can't hold on to that B aggression. They just have to hold back, and more of a classic setup now. It's taken them a long time to get back into this kind of standard setup, but I think it's a necessity at this point, Alex.
Faze in hot pursuit of 8-6. They really cannot stomach double digits coming into their T side of Inferno. It's almost a death sentence, at least for map 1. Dust 2 on the wings as well. Mirage, should we need it. Oh, the other way around, excuse me. Dust 2 is our 3rd map. So that Dust 2 I was getting excited about would be if we saw 3. Still a full buy and still a 5v5. Olof's under pressure in pit, smokes himself off, and smokes continue to rain in. Guardian's going to try and get ahead of it. They have the bodies on the site, and North start to converge. Kirby yet to commit off the balcony, and Olof's managed to catch him. He's using that smoke, using that bike perfectly to find the angle, find the gap, and here comes another one for Guardian. Right through aforementioned gap. Guardian strikes, not going to get the second close quarters. Still now 3v2. Numbers favor Faze for just a moment. Yugi strikes, as does Gade. 25. Bomb loose, and Nico, he's on his way to the scene. Cleanup crew initiate.
He has to do some work here, Alex. He has no kit. He has a smoke. He can throw in something. The bomb site here, flash over. Pretty much has to investigate the crime scene now. He finds the incendiary. Will throw that on the bomb site itself. That actually looks pretty effective. That will force Gade to move out of a... Oh! He went down, but Yugi has started to hit the shots there. It looked so good, didn't it? But he didn't go down instantaneously there. There was a real chance of winning it.
I mean, he had no idea. I mean, maybe he hears the crispy Gade being cooked, but... no idea that was going to convert into a kill. Had he known, had he had some sort of good understanding of where Gade was prior to throwing that molly, he sits still. He waits for Yugi to get a little sweaty, but no. Walks into the line of fire, and 9-3 North. They are looking so good, Henry. I mean, yes, there is criticism to be levied towards FaZe Clan for sure. Some decisions are questionable, but my goodness, North, 9 on the T side.
Don't take anything away from North. They're capitalizing upon the advantages they're given. They've lost to an eco as well. One of the rounds they've lost was to pistols, remember, as well. So the gun rounds, pretty much spot on so far. They haven't given much away at all, and this looks to be another clean round. They're hitting all their shots, the simple gameplay sticking together, and just exploiting the over-aggression of FaZe. That's something they've really understood here. The system FaZe have for taking banana control, it's not reminiscent of an Astralis, for example. We watched them play yesterday. They do the double Molotovs down, the smoke and T-spawn. We got flashes coming over. 2 HEs. There's so much damage done. You're fighting, you're blind, you're spraying, you don't know what's going on, you're being wall-banged. These guys, they're just straight up challenging, and Nico can normally outduel anyone on his day, but if they've got a really strong system towards it, you're going to have to just give up and let them have it at one point, which they have started to do. They want a gun round off that, but unfortunately now, Olof Meister and Neo left in a 2 versus 5, and they have Deagles. That is it.
19-5, round 13. Continuing to deliver is AZ. Having fun. Of course, a lot of these FaZe rounds do feel like they've kind of been half bought, or it's a pistol and it's a Kevlar, as you can see now on Olof. Well, it's going to get them potential SG on the ground. Kirby's going to keep that weapon safe, at least for a moment. Olof wants to challenge. He's low. One bullet will do. Connects, and he gets himself a weapon. That's something. Bit of a shining light in an otherwise rather dim tunnel at the moment for FaZe.
Indeed. He is very handy with the AK. We'll see if he can hold on to it. Looks like he probably will. They are going to hunt him towards T-spawn, hoping that he did exit out of the T apartments here. But what a quick half this has been. Double digits already for North. FaZe have had almost nothing to say about this. I would suggest a double AWP setup comes out now just to mix things up. That would be my natural inclination. If things go this badly, that's normally when you bring it out. Nico would get a secondary AWP potentially. He's not doing it. That used to be a mainstay for this Faze squad. Double AWP setup on Inferno, and it was something I used to criticize as well. But right now, I'd say you need something to change up here. Nico's brought out the AWP, I think, once, and he got that initial pick.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
But that's about it. So will they change things up? So yes, now Guardian goes towards B. So this is what I wanted to see. You need to scare them off this position. You need to show there's some heavy artillery ready to strike. Good nade at the start from the CTs. If they can get the 10-5, they're still in this game. It's just looking very scary right now.
Faze, given the freedom of the T side, can sometimes bloom, even when it has been doom and gloom prior. Kirby's looking to aggress now towards Apps. He heard the shots. He's looking to close that gap, and Guardian's actually doing the same towards the A site. His presence on B, though fleeting, feels a bit like a necessity now. 2 Molotovs start to clear out B. Perhaps he's going to start to mosey on over, but Kirby's being able to draw plenty of fire. He's the only one showing presence. Gade did a little while ago, but it did draw away the artillery, as Henry described him, towards the A site. The bomb hasn't gone either way just yet. Does look like nades towards A. Neo, he's going to get caught out here. Yes, he had a nade in his hand and the Molotov wasn't deep enough. Gade had the ground to stand on. And now Nico ready to receive rain. This is ambitious. 40 seconds, but that's nice. The fact that he has a flash, the smoke as well, will keep them at bay, lets him set up. They're all there.
Yeah, trying to reclaim territory now. This is looking stronger, though. The smoke will help him out, but this is such a common position for Faze. He will get one. This is looking much better for Nico. The 3-man spray down could be on for a 4th as well. The round should be theirs at this point. It's down to the young gun of Gade to try and pull this round back in their favor. He has got a chance to get the bomb planted. CT's triangulating around his position, though, but that'll be the end of it. Oh, Nico surely takes him down here. Oh, not quite. 9 seconds now. They need to be very careful. He'll get at a plant attempt, they'll rush down on him. They can sacrifice at least one player there, so he had no chance of winning it. It takes 4 seconds to read out the clock for you to get the bomb down. So the fact it was a 2 versus 1, with 4 seconds there, you can throw one in. Even if you fake plants, you win the round, right? So it's all working out at the end.
I've never seen a triple kill look that unimpressive. I mean, that's just so quick. Dispatching of 3 members of North, round over. They're running into B. Nico had the line and he had the off angle. They weren't pre-aiming it, they weren't pre-firing it. He had the time to start getting that machine gun up and running. 10-4, North are absolutely up and running. They could be looking at an 11-4 half. They have the buy, that's for sure.
Statsman Chad Birchall coming in here with a very interesting little tidbit.
Ooh.
Faze have only had 3 multi-kill rounds. That was the 4th now of Nico's little play towards B. That suggests that the trades are just going against them. Every kill they get, they're being shut down. It's just a really strong stat to back up always saying that North and that pack mentality are doing a great job at denying any sort of multi-frags.
It's very kind of intimidating. The fact of the matter is every time we switch to a Faze perspective, following that smoke, that's going to be a quick one at the top of mid. But every time we switch to a Faze perspective, they are getting a kill, sure, but there's immediately 1, if not 2, ready to fight straight back. There's Rain. Let's see if our theory lives on. He takes another fight, and he gets traded. Kirby from behind. The pack succeeds yet again. Neo, Nico, and Olof then. Just 3 for Faze. Try and find 5. It's the first map of this series. A winner's series at that. Lower bracket, of course, still on the horizon for the loser of this one, but that's so far from being decided. North with a number advantage. It's Groundhog Day. And Neo, he doesn't want to wake up. Looks like another round then, Hank. That's going to be a 10-5 half unless Olof and Nico have got some tricks up their sleeve. They start to gather. Smokes off 1. Pressure will be on Olof's shoulders should they choose to commit.
Good shot from Olof Meister. AK-47 working out for him. 45 seconds remaining. Molotov's thrown in towards the A side, but it's all a ruse here, Alex. B side's open. They've taken the bait. Hook, line, and sink here. Nico will have to get his skates on. He has no utility, no kit. Smoked off on the side now. This is going to be one incredibly difficult retake. We'll see what he can do. You see the coach of North there watching anxiously. He knows Nico's alive and well. He'll make his way through the smoke. A chance to get a frag, not going to happen. Olof Meister couldn't be further away from the action.
Did you catch how quickly Yugi caught that?
Yeah.
He tagged him. He tagged it. I swear he'd only just turned around. But Valda finally arrives. It was quite the migration from him. He was all the way in T-Apps when he decided it was time to go to B. His team cleared it for him, which I guess is a nice convenience of his. Turns up late. The party's almost always over. And so Olofmeister, I mean, yeah, you got to have a go. X-Val not going to go much further than that. An 11. A spectacular Valda-led North on the T side of Inferno.
What a fantastic performance. The Danes are hungry right now. We'll see if they can close this one out on their map pick after this very quick break.
Chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. Different.
ESL Pro League Season 9 Finals continues. It's day 2, and it is a winner's game, North and Faze. Faze had no trouble with Tai Lu, and North bested Liquid. To give you an indication of form, not only did they beat Liquid, it's 11-4 at the half. Got Henry G with me.
You certainly do, Alex. I'm happy to be here, and I'm not sure Faze are happy to be in this position. It's not going too well for them. Inferno CT side continues to be a thorn in their side as we get into the pistol round. We've got a slight technical issue before things kick off. But we can look at the buys. We can see what Faze are bringing to the table.
You're going to hype up that pistol round buy.
I can't do it unless it's the semi-final.
Okay.
That's when we really get everyone hyped up with the buys coming
favorite.
in. The smokes, the flashbangs, the itchies, the P250s.
Yeah.
Here are the scores on the doors, though. You can see Faze Clan, no one really stepping up. Olofmeister with 11 at the very top. In terms of ADR, though, AZ, 120. He's going crazy, Alex. That's insane. That's a big performance.
He's got 40 average damage per round, higher than anyone else in the server.
That was on the T side of Inferno.
I mean, that's a fantastic tool to be able to deploy against a team as star-studded as Faze. AZ unfazed by the presence of such big names, and now already Guardian's been tagged up. He's the one holding a lot of the utility, and it's just gone on the floor. There it goes. One of the two will be lost. It was a smoke and a molly. He's gone.
Oof, CT push all the way into the apartments. You do not see this every day.
I've seen this from North before.
I have
They
not.
did this in the LAN qualifications. I want to keep wanting to say the online stage. The group stage, I guess you could call it. The qualification. Nico's going to get a surprise, a nasty one. Those are the worst surprises, really.
Yeah, you really don't like to receive that one. That's right down there on the list. This just looks to be brutal again. They've got no idea. They're being torn apart limb by limb right now.
You know, if I was a smarter person or had like slightly more memory retention, I'd have been excited and go, oh, by the way, the CT pistol round North used to do on Inferno.
Yeah, if you just dropped that before it went in, you would have sounded like
the
a
coolest.
god. You would sound like a god then.
But I recognize it. Everyone give me credit. Thank you. Neo did drop the bomb, and therefore this round should be sealed. Rain's got 5 frags to his name. B-site was not his friend on the CT side, but now he has that freedom of the T side. Of course, we'll see this round go the way of North. He jumps into AZ's jaws, and that's going to be another one for AZ as the hype. My goodness. Of course, a new coach as well for North. It's an interesting
he's
discussion.
a lovely, lovely man as well. Got to chat to him a lot in London at the start of the year when he first joined. That was under Cadian's leadership. He is called Mitha, I believe.
Mitha, yeah, that's right.
Mitha, he isn't like a household name in Counter-Strike, but he's been around for a long time, and he is a very smart dude and very calm as well. Really, really like him as a person. So he's a great addition, it seems, to the squad.
Yeah, what was so interesting is he was part of the Danish school Counter-Strike integration, and so he's kind of brought a lot of that school approach, that education approach to North, and perhaps it's working out wonders. It certainly is in this game. 12-4 as they win the pistol, and a very comfortable second. It should be just Glocks.
Just the Glocks. These are the rounds you're not that excited about, unfortunately. You sat there, you've got no armor, you've got one flash, no firepower, and you're waiting for the 13-4 to come in. It's not a great spot. They're going to have to flash over middle and just try and get 2 kills would be a success in my book here.
So you know that voice you did, I said sounded like David Attenborough?
Yes.
Could you just incorporate Springbok into the next time you say it?
The South African Springbok.
Yeah.
I certainly could. That's one of my favorites.
It's a beautiful creature. It's a beautiful voice. I feel like we combine them.
Yeah.
And I should shut the hell up because an SMG's just been picked up by Olof. Nico, he's going to catch them in transition here. He's not. Kirby's babysitting. My goodness, this round has become something, though, at least. It's an M4 in the hands of Neo. He picked up 1 frag, and Olof Meister scavenged away a UMP. Springboks can wait, and so can Faze. They've got the bomb, but they're in a rather interesting spot. You don't see a round like this every day, Hank.
The fact they
Process
had Glocks,
this one.
Yeah, they had Glocks and 1 flash, and I said a couple of kills would be a success. This could lead to something a little bit more. They've got the 2 kills already. Neo will join Olof Meister towards CD Spawn, but they've got the raid boss, AZ, ready and waiting. He's got the double kill, the Orc has, and he does take a bullet to the face, but they've got no armor, remember, so they're going to melt at the hands of him. 20 seconds here, it might sound counterintuitive to new fans, but Olof Meister does want to die here, just so he gets money for the next round. 1 more kill would be excellent, but he wants to go down before that round timer expires, which is going to happen. Still gets his cash. Good effort, a lot more exciting than it should have been potentially with just Glocks, so they did a good job in that respect. They are going to buy in this round regardless. So
Speaking of... Sorry, please finish.
Go on. No, that wasn't nothing interesting, I assure you.
Please, I promise you this isn't either.
No,
speaking of melting, was yours a butter in the fridge or a butter on the counter kind of household?
In the fridge, but we had margarine, which was soft spread anyway.
Yeah, okay.
You know? So it was
I've
best of
recently
both.
been converted to having like a nice room temperature butter.
My
And that's a
housemates
little
did that,
pack.
but I just feel like when it's in the cupboard and there's breadcrumbs all over it, it gets very disgusting very quickly. I don't like it.
Well, that's a crummy experience for Neo and Yugi. They catch nades.
That's your segue?
That's all I've got. That's the best I could come up with, man.
Oh, I liked it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. The double nades you requested from Faze are thrown by North as they look to clear backup banana control, and Valda's even going to boost his comrade over, so that's going to be enough. They can probably leave AZ there. It does seem to be somewhat of a procedure some teams do, is just take this, deep smoke, and then once he's cleared it, once he's acknowledged that it's not going to be too much for his teammate to handle, he's going to scoot on back to the A site and leave AZ responsible for that. At least he's fallen back to the B site. Still no info on A, therefore he'll stick around for now.
Very quiet scenes. AZ does have full control of the banana position. Rain with the mid presence, so you see the smokes deployed, but also the HEs, Alex. There's going to be a lot of damage towards Guardian and Neo. 3 players there at the top, but the bomb resides towards a banana position. So this is just them taking vision away from the CTs, just blocking them from having any sort of intel towards the top of the middle. And that means they have to set up the triangle of doom towards the A bomb site. But it's the B execution from Faze now. You can see AZ, Valdes still in position. They haven't been dissuaded from the bomb site. It will be a pretty basic execution. No Molotovs here, just the smokes and flashes. So you expect the coffin smoke, the CT spawn to come through, but the stack towards new boxes. And they're not going to stack it. They're going to play off each other. And it just suggests there's only one there. Neo doesn't take the bait, but he does manage to get the information. But it's still a 3 versus 2. North advantage. Bomb down. 15 seconds remain.
Pressure is on Faze. Olof and Nico. One of them's going to have to commit to the plant. It will be Nico. He did have a smoke in his hand, and he'll be using it if he can survive. He can't. Yugi takes him down. Now all on Olof. They don't know where he is just yet. Now the fight on Gate. If he wins this, he has a room to maneuver, and he does. Back away now. Oh, I thought it was Yugi through the smoke. Kirby just swings in time before he could find a safe haven for the 1v2.
It was looking so good for
That looked good,
Faze.
man.
Yeah, I thought they had enough there. But just to touch on that little setup towards new boxes, we normally see that in post-plant situations, in that emo position, the back right, the shadow spot of the B bomb site. If you're the T side of the post-plant, you have 2 there, 1 dies, and you think that position's clear. They're trying on the CT side. So instead of boosting, they've got 2 players in new boxes, and you assume you kill 1 player there, that position's clear. Neo still had the presence of mind to check it. Sure, he didn't get the frag, but he was quick enough on the comms to tell his teammates that's where they could frag. Still wasn't quite enough. North come out on top. And it's 14-4. Faze, remember, have 1 in eco round as well. Picked up 3 gun rounds in total on the T side now. This looks like it's almost an impossible task on the North map pick. They're very good on the CT side. And now they're up against 5 AKs and almost no utility. No grenades for Neo, nothing for Guardian, 1 smoke for Rain. Contact player middle. This is the old 1.6 Fnatic strap.
Let's see how far it gets them. Valda already has got the bomb in his sights. Any questions as to where this was going to end up have been answered in the first 10 seconds. A little bit of aggression through the smoke, though, from Gade. He could catch them off guard. They do. Back's turn. It's 2. And Olofmeister, he's next on the chopping block. Gade takes 15. And North just take flight. My goodness, they are head and shoulders above Faze right now.
Yeah, they're making them look very amateur. That was a desperate call from Faze. When you're dropping the mid-contact play on the T side, and that scoreline, you know things have gone horribly wrong for you. You're not running the default. You're just hoping you can walk for a smoke top and middle, so not only grey screening yourself, you have no idea what's on the other side. There's no flashes. And Gade, he hasn't impressed me as much as I thought he would coming into this squad from the academy team, but he really is coming to his own this tournament. He's looking like this is the player we want to see. These young guns, these rookies in their first year of pro play. I want to see them have those massive moments. I want to see why they've got so much hype around them, and that explains it. That was a really well-played, methodical moment from him.
I mean, it's thrown around too much, but nails in coffins. That's a round like that. That is enough to just for Faze to start talking about Mirage. Perhaps the conversation started already, but Gade's going to ensure that they finish it. And well, I think he might do just that right now. Rain, aggressive towards the CT arch with no one really in support. A leap of faith, perhaps, as he concedes his 18th death. Olof in pursuit of his 14th frag. Kierby's back is turned, but he's kind of alone and surrounded in this apartment. But then, I mean, is it safe to assume they're going to think this is clear?
It's a good possibility, but Kiabi, he'll come around the corner now. He's going to get the first. Bomb goes down. Smart, he doesn't overcommit as well. He wants to just close this out right here, right now. Yugi doesn't miss those shots. It looks like we might be done here, Alex. 5-on-2. Olofmeister battling. Goes down to 1 HP. That's surely going to be it now. As wait, I'm not done yet.
He's got HP.
Oh, he's dead now.
Dead
okay,
now.
It's fine.
Okay,
it's all good. It's all good. I haven't seen that before. They're still alive. We still going.
He's still